Hey, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here, your challenger. Today is day 7, lesson 7. And what are the 3 critical things that you need to do during the challenge to ensure that it's a success, to help as many people to get the result that you promised them as humanly possible? There's 3 things, but I want to talk about a couple of things about what I do during the challenge that's different than before and after the challenge, and that I think have really helped me to have a lot more successful challenges than a lot of other people do, because I've figured out over the decades that these are really cool things to do and they're really important to do. I also use these same strategies in my corporate life and in my business life to make sure that I had success. Because success in life isn't really by accident. It's the things we choose to do intentionally and the actions that we choose to take that really make the difference in our life and in the lives of other people. And that's why we're doing a challenge, is to positively impact the lives of other people. At least I hope that's why you're doing it. If you're not, maybe you want to rethink the whole challenge thing. So during the challenge itself, if I'm doing a 5-day challenge, during those 5 days, once the challenge starts, I turn off my promoting and sharing the challenge hat, and I switch 100% to focusing on the people that are participating in the challenge. It's all about the participants. Now, keep in mind, I always also participate in my challenges. I got this belief from, I don't know, my life, I guess, or corporate America, or my experiences, that I don't believe I should ask anybody to do something that I'm not willing to do myself. And with that philosophy, I've learned that one of the tricks is, if I'm doing the challenge along with them, I'm experiencing it more from their point of view, so I can relate to, well, what are the roadblocks? What are the thoughts? What are the beliefs? What are the things that are coming up as I myself am going through this challenge? Because it helps me to see things from their perspective, their point of view, and it helps me to give them better coaching, better examples, better ideas of how to overcome little hurdles and little things that happen along the way. And again, I'm speaking in really broad terms because my challenges are so diverse and so different, and so will yours be. But I stop promoting and I start just 100% focusing on the participants and on the challenge itself. I want to have my focus be all on them, because it's about them succeeding. My goal becomes not getting people to participate in the challenge, but to getting people through the challenge successfully, getting as many people through the challenge, getting as much result for them as is humanly possible. That is my focus and my role and my job during the challenge. So how do I go about doing that? Well, in a couple of ways. I coach, I help, I answer questions, I demonstrate. I actually, a lot of times when I'm doing a challenge with people, I will share me doing the challenge. So for example, the first time I went through the One Funnel Away challenge from ClickFunnels, I actually did the challenge and I showed people, I did videos of me, after my thoughts and feelings, my aha moments, what I learned from the assignments that they had given, the videos and things they'd shared with us. I summarized those. Then I would actually do the assignment on video in front of people so they could see me doing it. Now, some of the assignments took a couple of hours, or the action, so I didn't show the whole 2 hours. It wasn't 2 hours of me researching a market or 2 hours of me building a funnel or whatever. I just would show the highlights of that. Hey, this is what I did. This is how I interpreted the assignment. This is the outcome that I had. Here's my assignment for today in terms of the challenge, because it showed people. And what was really interesting about that, and an aha moment, which is why I do the challenges with people, is I have realizations and aha moments, and I get the result as well as the people. Because I want to make sure that I'm testing the result that I'm promising and that I can get it too. And if I can't, we got a big problem and we have to rethink and redo what we're sharing in the challenge, right? So it all becomes about them and getting them the result. I make sure that I recognize people that are taking action, recognize people that are doing the challenge, that are actually taking action and doing the work. I also recognize, and I make sure I really clearly recognize, people that are making an attempt to do the work and stretching their comfort zone, because we're all in different places. Sometimes something that will seem super duper easy for me because I've done it 1,000 times, like doing a Facebook Live video, is now a no-brainer for me, but it wasn't always that way. So if somebody does their absolute first Facebook Live or blog post or post on the challenge that they've ever done, that needs to be recognized and rewarded, because that might take much more effort than somebody like me just posted a video Facebook Live, because I've done them already. You know, that's not much growth for me, right? That's not really a big challenge for me to do, but that it would be a Herculean challenge, a monumental challenge for, the vast majority of the people on the planet. Let's be honest. Most people have never done even a Facebook Live. So I'm always calling out and recognizing action and performance and effort, putting forth the effort to actually do it and try it. Now, I focus 100% of my energy on the people that are actually doing it, the people that are participating in the challenge. There's always people that are looky-looing and just watching and not doing anything. I pretty much just pretend they don't exist and ignore them, or people that are negative or haters, because you're going to have those on your challenges sometimes. And remember, it's not about you and your challenge. It's all about them. They're not in a place where they're ready to do what it is that they thought they wanted to do. They're really not ready to get the outcome that they say that they want. And that's okay, because we're all in different places. I also act as if everybody that signed up is doing it. I just assume everybody's going to do it. Now, I know 100% that 80% of the people that sign up are not going to do it. They're never going to do it. They're not even going to log in and check out one lesson of the challenge. They're not even going to check out day one, because they're going to forget about it. Life gets in the way. People get busy. They change their priorities. They change their mind. They're not really committed to the result that they think that they want, because the timing isn't right for them, or for whatever reason. It doesn't matter. I know that 80% of the people aren't going to do it and they're not going to participate. But I act as if everyone is, because I want to encourage everyone to continue to do their best and to put forth their best effort so that they can get the result that we're trying to get during this challenge. Again, so it's somebody stepping out of their comfort zone or doing something for the first time, that really needs to be rewarded and called out, because I know that that's the person that's going to actually get the most out of the challenge. They might not get the best result from the challenge, but they are personally going to grow and actually get the most out of the challenge. And to me, that's more important than the actual result that people get. Yeah, it's awesome if I'm doing a customer challenge where we're challenging, we're trying to see how many customers we can get in a 5-day period. Well, somebody that's been online for 5 years or had a business for 10 years and gets, 500 customers during that challenge, or 1,000 customers during that challenge. That's awesome. That's an incredible result. But the person that's never gotten a customer before, who lands their first client or their first customer, or actually just puts things in place and does what it takes to set themselves up for getting that first customer, that is a much greater and extreme and accomplishment than the person that gets the 1,000 that's been in business for 10 years. And it's just my opinion. Don't have to agree. But to me, they both really, really, really need to be recognized for their effort and what they've done and how they have moved forward and contributed to their own life and their own success. I always want to make sure when I'm during the challenge that people feel encouraged and noticed and recognized. I don't want to miss anybody. So I do a lot of interacting with people and communicating with people during the challenge. And you can do that in whatever way makes sense to you. Maybe it's you do live Q&A calls. I like to do live Q&A calls because anybody can hop on, and even if they're not brave enough to ask their question, chances are their question will be answered on those Q&A calls. I also make an effort to, the people that just show up and like looky-loo listen, I know they're there and I don't discount that, but I also don't pay any attention to them because I'm always encouraging people to take the action and to do what it is that we're doing and to participate, because it's like being caught in those learning loops. You're just stuck there and you're learning, thinking that you're really doing something, but you're not going to ever get any results by just learning. Until you step out and actually take an action and do something with that learning, nothing's going to happen. And so I know there's looky-loos, good for them, but I'm always going to be encouraging the looky-loos and everybody else to actually take the action and do what it is that we're doing on any particular day. So what are the 3 actions that you need to take during the challenge to encourage people and really, really skyrocket your chance of success and other people's chance of success with your challenge? Number 1, you need to encourage them and encourage them in whatever way feels right and natural for you. Number 2, you need to support them. Have a mechanism for them to get help and ask questions, because it might just be one little thing that they're getting hung up on that makes all the difference. So make sure that either you or somebody's available. That's why I like doing them in the group settings. That's why I like having a Facebook group where people can ask questions, because a lot of times somebody else can answer their question way sooner and way faster than I could actually get to it myself or somebody on my team. And the third thing we're going to do is recognize and call people out for their success and their effort toward doing the particular day's challenge, the day's task. We're going to do that every single day of the challenge. So if it's a 5-day challenge, I'm doing that every single day. I'm hopping in the group. Other people are hopping in the group and participating and encouraging people. If it's a 30-day one, I'm doing that for 30 days. It's a commitment, but that's part of your responsibility as the coach and the leader of a challenge, is to do an awesome job on it. Otherwise, it gives challenges a bad name. There's a lot of automated challenges out there where somebody did a challenge once on Facebook Live. I can think of, a handful of people that have done this, and all they do is they regurgitate and they replay the same videos over and over and over again, which I think is probably why I have chosen so far to always do my challenges live. And I haven't repeated any of them. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, I am going to repeat my challenges going forward. It's a matter of using them for bonuses and using them for other things. I'm going to repeat some of them. The content's all out there. People could go find it. I have like freaking incredible content and challenges out there. If people want to do certain things, they can go find exactly how to do them. If you want to set up the structure for your entire business and to supersize and grow your business, on one of my groups, I have that entire challenge laid out. So you can actually map out the systems for every function of your business during this challenge. Just finished a customer challenge where we map out in detail every step of handling the customer from cradle to grave. And you can go out and you can find that and you can do that challenge. And so I want to recognize people. The last thing, and this one's a little bit tricky, it's kind of a bonus, what I do during the challenge is I hold people accountable. Now, I try to do this in a loving, caring kind of way, but sometimes it's tough love. Sometimes we just have to cut through people's beliefs and really say, I know you can do this. Come on. What is holding you back? What is your life like now? What's it going to be like 5 days from now if you don't do this? Guess what? It's going to be the exact same as it is right now. You're not going to get this result. But what might happen if you do this today and tomorrow and the next day and the next day and the next day? What result might you have? How might just committing this little thing, this little short period of time to yourself and your development in this area, how might that change your life? And I hold people accountable to that, and I call them out, and I share my false beliefs that I've had as I'm going through the challenge with them to encourage them to, look in the mirror and say, well, maybe that's impacting me too. I am 59 years old, and I will tell you, I still have aha moments every single day of my life in different aspects and areas of my life where I'm like behaving like a robot on autopilot on things, and I don't even question it. And then one day I wake up and I question it. I'm like, do I really still believe that? Do I really have that belief? Did I think that? Did I just say that? Did that come out of my mouth? And yes, sometimes it does. And I ask myself, wow, where did that come from? And is it serving me? Is this serving me? So I encourage other people to do the same as we go through our challenges. So again, those are the 3 or 4 things: encourage, support, recognize people, and then hold them accountable and hold yourself accountable. And you can do all this. And our action item for today is I want you to map out how you're going to do each one of those things throughout your challenge. And maybe it's, I'm going to hop on Facebook Live in the group from 1 to 2 p.m. every day to answer questions, recognize people, and support. Whatever it is for you, just think about it and write down what you're going to do for that. That's it. Go out, make it an awesome day. I will see you tomorrow with what the heck do we do after the challenge is over? Because that is critical and very, very important. All right. Bye.